Hello, folks. Johnny Mo here. Welcome back to another episode of 05 Launch. Today, going over the next squad of Mecha Hack games since Menace Broadside didn't last one episode. So, I've taken the weekend and just pieced together some new kits this time, a full squad. I've written up their cards and have done rolled all their stats and gotten them kitted out with some stuff that isn't in the Mecha Hack videos the Mecha Hack books, because Mecha Hack it gives a good foundation where to start in this game, but you can really easily add in your own nonsense, your own modules, your own type of suits, just going off of the basic suit archetypes that they have in the books. You can make your own, and that is what I have done. So we will introduce you all to the squad. We've got the Ivory Glory, and I'll break it as I try to get hold it up to the camera. Here we go. This is the Ivory Glory that I've taken parts from the Lafrith. Actually, it's mostly Lafrith. It's probably one of my favorite suits that I've put together. One of definitely in top five for Witch from Mercury kits. The head just looks so good. The little rabbit ears on it, which I thought was gonna be silly when I got it, but it just looks so tough and menacing, all put together. I got the beam rifle from the Infinite Justice, Immortal Justice Spec 2. The one with the X-Wing laser wings from Seed Freedom. The swords are from the M1 Astray. I I debated back and forth on whether I want to use like energy swords, beam sabers, or just like regular conventional swords. I went with conventional swords. They're very plain, unpainted up. If I were to paint them, they'd probably look a lot better. These shields, the little bits and stuff on the little frith turn into a shield, but it's a very, very chonky shield. If you've seen the pictures I uploaded on Instagram, it's very chonky, and I like all the little backpack parts that the shield wind up making up. So I went with these shields. I can't remember what part set I got them from, and they just fit really well. Here, I'll take one of them off. These are meant to be in the game deployable, sort of like the gun bits. So these mount on a stand and they can like hover around and take damage, but they also have this little cannon effect, which I gave the Ivory Glory a one-shot module, shield shot, as an attack action, deals 2d8 plus 2 damage with advantage, but we only get one use out of them. So it can potentially do a lot of damage, pretty much double its damage die, plus 2, with advantage, but it's only a one-time use thing. Alright. That is the Ivory Glory, piloted by Alia Corvonis. She's an Imperial and kind of the squad leader of this group. Next, we have the Unicorn Titan. This big ol' chunky kit, made from pretty much all of it is the Delanza, except for the backpack, which is from the oh, I forgot the name. It's like a Zaku Phantom, I believe. Yeah, I just pulled the backpack off of that, put it on this because this has missile pods. And I love the Delonza silhouette frame. The gun is from the same weapon set that the shields are from, and this is going to be our heavy mech, our heavy artillery. Just rolling up stats is probably the best stats that I rolled out of the five. Rolled a 15, and I put it in power, and it has +2 to power, and just all across the board has a damage dice 10 for the damage dice. It has counterfire as a reaction to being attacked. Attack target within range and roll reactor dice. Has power shot. You can add the reactor die to the damage die for damage. Again, roll reactor die. For mods, I added lodium alloy to give it +2 AP. Has multi-missiles for 44 at up to 4 targets, meaning if there were 2 targets, I'd roll 2d4 each, or 4 targets, 1d4 each, or 1 target, the full 44. With a range of far, roll RD, and it's a systems roll, not a power roll, or power test. Has heavy armor, which is +5 AP, shields at 2 AP, so for a total of 9 AP. And I screwed up the hit points on this. It should be the D8 plus 4. I gave it 14. And it should be 12. There we go. So pretty high AP, very high HP. Has a heavy rail cannon, heavy range, +2 damage. That is also +2 to attack. So when I roll the dice, I need 3 less than the power. So I need a 14 or less to actually score a hit. Multi-missiles, light range. This is the standard. It's not a mod thing. It's a little bit downgraded. It could be 3d4 to 1 target, or 1d4 across 3 targets, and that will be a power roll or power test. Explosive rounds as a use action to load, add 1d6 damage to the roll. So pretty much I would do a use action to load in an explosive round. Then I would take the attack action, and it would use up that round. So if I hit on an attack, it would be the D10 plus D3, and I have 3 of those. And of course, booster kit. As a use action, regain 1d4 AP and increase reactor die to max. That might be a little bit hard to read as I point at it at the distance. I had the camera a little bit higher up to kind of show the spread. Oh, I guess I didn't do Ivory Glories. Yeah. So pretty easy stats. As it is, 15 to power. I forgot to add the +2 to mobility, so it should be a 13. Systems 8, presence 14. As part of the frame, divert power, adjust the damage dice and reactor dice up or down, so I can decrease the reactor die to increase the damage die, or decrease the damage die to increase the reactor die. Energy shield as a use action, minus 1d4 damage from an incoming attack, and then roll damage. So pretty much as use action, I can float these out and just be kind of protective shield drones. You can also use it for 1 allied mech within near range, so within 6. For mods, we have retractable shields, meaning no hand use. So the Ivory Glory can dual wield without counting the shields as uh, taking up a hand. Lodium alloy again. Lodium is from the Mecha Hack system, and I just didn't have the brain capacity to really come up with my version of space Gundanium, as it were. Items, comms, shield, light armor. I goofed up on this. Wrote down as light armor is +5. It's not. It's +3. So 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 7. Gave it dual Vasca swords. Dual weapon in Mecha Hack basically means you're using both. You're only rolling your damage dice once, but you can add 2 to the damage. Also gave it a beam rifle, a light range weapon, and the beam quality gives it a +1 to damage. And I gave it the booster kit and the one-shot module that I talked about beforehand. Up next is the Hydra. Focus, focus. All right, piloted by Mackie Thane. You know what? The Unicorn Titan is piloted by Lars Decius, another Imperial pilot. I also didn't give these guys pilot traits for whatever reason, but I did give them 2 mods. I might go through and redo this and give them special pilot abilities. Anyways, yes. Hydra. Used a Barbatos frame for the most of it. Has the Gundam blanking on the shoulders. I gotta go look at my IBO kits. Asmodee. Because I believe I took the shoulders off of the Barbatos and put them on the Menace broadside. And I took these from one of those Build Divers sets. The multiple arms has like these beam cannons, like a heavy missile and Gatling guns. And I gave it the sword, the strike sword. Man, it always bugs me listening to podcasts and stuff like that, and people can't remember the proper names of things that they're talking about. And I understand now, like, it is hard. Sword Strike, the Sword Strike Gundam. You have him, it's big freaking sword. And I love the IBO kits because you can put them in these wide stance poses and they hold up really well. All right, the Hydra, piloted by Mackie Thane, who is a Noxite. They're sort of, think they're like the Yautja from Predators, Predator. They're sort of like that. They're humans that have grown up on very harsh planets and have physically and culturally adapted to a very primitive-esque lifestyle, but they have technology. They just use it, and their culture is very. I keep wanting to say primitive, but that conjures the wrong fantasy that I'm trying to go for. It has adaptable frame, so failed mobility test. You can roll as systems, but must use that result. As you can see, the mobility is 15. Their system is 12, so it's kind of like a little bit of a Hail Mary. Failed at mobility. Maybe this mech itself can react better. It has the Hydra Pack. Weapons have Twin Link. So we double the damage dice and we roll the reactor dice. That is not an every time thing. It's a thing that we can do. So like if we succeed on an attack, we're like, okay, well, I'm going to do the twin link part of it and double the dice, and then I'll roll the reactor dice. Which is a little risky to do because its reactor dice is a d6. For mods, I gave it Nano Shroud, regain 1d4 AP, and roll reactor dice. So it's sort of like booster kit, but you have to roll the reactor dice after it. and you don't get the cool reactor dice bump. I give it Primal Reactor. Reactor die can only be downgraded on a 1. Items, reflective armor, light reflective armor, so it will negate 2 damage and give it 3 AP. So if it fails, roll the dice and the attacking unit deals 2 damage to it, it negates it, or if it does 3 damage, only 1 point of damage will pass through. Hydra beam cannons, light range weapons, has the beam quality, so deals +1 damage on top of the damage dice roll. Has a heavy beam sword, so it has the beam effect, just giving it an additional +1, but it's heavy, so it's going to be add that +2 to it. So when I attack with the heavy beam one, I also have to remember that it's +2 to the attack. So this needs to beat a 13 or less. Repair nanites as a use action. 1d4 +1 HP, +1 close mech. So basically this thing just shoots out repair nanites, and it can heal another mech that's adjacent to it. Has 3 charges of that, and the booster kit. Next we have the Lunar Monarch, piloted by Shio Caspi, a psyker. They're sort of the space psychic humanoids. This is the Phantom Zaku, and I slapped on the not the Lanza. That's a Delanza. Dari Blade. Daribald. Shields onto it to kind of give it this sort of, I think, like moth or butterfly, something with wings. And it's got 2 little pistols. This is sort of the sensor unit, kind of support unit of the group. I do have it in a little bit of a wacky stance. All right. So for its frame, has sensor suite, double test with systems. Don't roll reactor die. So if we were doing multiple use actions requiring systems, we are going to ignore the roll reactor for doubling the same action. Extended range projector uses systems, and systems test has +1 range. So if it was something that was close, it could be extended to far, or close to near, near to far, far to distant. Mod, it has Shroud. As a use action systems roll, 2 units are hidden and roll the reactor die. So pretty much starts jamming out enemy sensors for a couple of units, and they become hidden, which means they have advantage on their attack roll. I don't think any attacks, they can't be targeted because they're essentially invisible. What's the other one? Deploy shield. This is a little custom one. As a reaction, systems roll -1d4 damage. So basically these will pop off and go to protect, sort of like these, except this is a reaction. And I just wrote on here, the shields have 8 hit points. So they can negate 1d4 damage to an incoming unit, and whatever damage it deducts gets taken from the shield's hit points. Let's see here. Comms gave it heavy armor, 2 dual-mounted shields. I basically just 2 shields for +4 AP. Give it dual pistols, just as a sort of close range defense. It's not really going in there to shoot things. It's more going in to support all the others. But it does have the dual quality, so it has that +2. And for melee, didn't give it any like melee weapons, but I did think like it has these spiked shields. We'll say that's kind of their melee weapon. I give it light melee. And it has frag grenades, which is 2d6 damage to the target of the grenade, plus one close enemy next to it. And it's an attack action power roll. It has two of them. And arc grenade, which is 1d4 damage to the target plus one close enemy. And if they are damaged by it, they lose their next turn. And have two of those. All right, last but not least, the one that I sort of went back and forth through a lot of my kits to piece out how I want is the hot shot. And I used the mostly the Feract. But I didn't like how long the legs were for the Feract. It is very much a spacey unit. And its legs are ridiculously long. But the legs of the Zwart go right into the Feract very easily. And so it's not as tall. And I gave it a Zwart heavy head. And this part from another Build Fighters set I decided to put on as a backpack, sort of as a stealth cloak subsystem, jamming system, maybe as like a light deployable hover sort of pack. All right. I needed to put it on a stand, otherwise it likes to tip over. Alright, Hot Shot is piloted by... easy now. Piloted by Atticus, is it? I know is it is from Magic. It was pointed out to me, and I realized I just had that name in my head and couldn't remember where I had heard it from. Like, it's kind of a cool last name. So, this is Atticus, is it? He is a drifter. Has fairly good power and presence using to be hidden. This is, if you couldn't tell, their sniper, their long range precision attacker. Sensor shield as you use action presence roll to become hidden. This is actually something from a weapon quality, from the sniper weapon quality, but I gave it to the chassis ability. Hold shot, so no move action, gives advantage on next attack and +2 damage. For mods, I gave this one heavy weapon stabilizer, so there's no attack penalty on the attack roll. So there's no +2 to the attack roll on this. It'll just be a straight 13 or less for them. Here, I'll hold the card up. Focus. Bingo. And we'll still get the +2 damage from the heavy weapon quality. The second mod is Static Cloud as a use action mobility. Deal 1d4 damage to close enemies and become hidden, roll reactor dice. So if anything does get within close to Hot Shot, he's going to use this, do some damage, hopefully, and go hidden and skedaddle. Has no melee capabilities. Could punch something, and punching, I believe, is just a D4 without certain mods or certain kind of mechs. Items, it just has light armor, so only has 3 AP, 10 hit points, pretty average for a light mech. Has the heavy sniper rifle, so heavy range +2, has the boost kit, and I gave it AP rounds, which are not in the Mecha Hack books. So as a use action to load, sort of like with uh, Unicorn Titan, use action to load, but will do double the damage. So it's not roll your damage dice and roll two of your damage dice. It's roll your damage dice, add your bonus, and then double it. And there's it's packing four of those. Yeah, so this he is not one that really should be getting hit at all. All right, so I am this far into the next game of 05 launch. I also have the campaign sheet. I didn't use the sci-fi book. I'm a little scared to use it now. I'm wondering if it's cursed. But yeah, 05 launch, warfare. What did I call this? The Kailisi Irregulars. And I already did a little bit of rolling up for this sector, the Metraths sector. See, it sounds so cool in my head, and I don't realize that I'm actually going to have to speak these names. Major powers are the Imperial, the Noxite, the Zodians, and the Psychers. Minor powers are the Terrans, Drifters, Cyborians, and Vodians. Got Campaign Tracker, Season 1, the 5 arcs and the various episodes, Season 1, 2, and I added over here a little, if I want to do just like a little special episode. And I already rolled up sort of who the antagonist is going to be. Their first antagonist is going to be the Noxites. And I have a couple of ideas on how to interpret that I'll save for episode 1 of our new game. And the Kaiju activity, we have the Obelisk Hive. All right, so I think that's going to be it for this episode. Just a little, hey, what's happening with 05 launch? The first episode was kind of a bummer, man. I mean, your character just died. Yeah, that's going to happen in solo games or in any game. And you just kind of figure out what comes next. And all right, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. I got to show off my cool, fun model kits, little kit bashes that you can do with these. And yeah, hopefully intrigue you enough to come back for the next episode. All right, folks, this is Johnny Moe, signing off.